Hey everybody, this is Joe Stafford. This is my friend Travis Moyer. You can follow him at Drawerman85. That's DRAWERMAN 85. So today we're going to be talking about Avengers, and it's 3 acts. Not sure how long this is going to take, but I want you to know it's full of spoilers.
Spoilers all the way.
It's Monday, and I've told everybody that we're going to talk spoilers on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and even today to watch it. So, you can be mad if you want. It's fine. But I'm Big Thor Lebowski, and my man here.
I am the son of Thanos.
All right. So the way we're going to structure this, we're going to talk about each of the different acts. Because there were 3 acts. Each of them were basically like their own movie. So we're going to talk about different acts. First act, we're going to talk about, basically ending with the death of Thanos. The second act, we're going to talk about with the ending of Hulk's snap. And obviously the third act, we're going to get into that later. Oh, yeah. So, what did you think about before they even ran the Marvel thing, right? Mm-hmm. They had Hawkeye, his family.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Oh, yeah. It put you through your emotions a few minutes in.
Immediately. Like.
You had no break. If you were late 5 minutes, you were right into the thick of everything.
For real. Yeah. Because I was like, wait a minute. It was like a direct sequel.
Yeah.
Even if you don't care about Hawkeye like that, seeing his whole family vanish, dog.
Yeah.
Seeing him run around frantically, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bruh.
It's going to hit you regardless. Even if, like you said, if you're not a Hawkeye fan and you just, I'm going to skip a movie or two.
Yeah.
You're going to feel it regardless because everyone's gone.
Right. It's right in the field.
Not just superheroes, your family, everybody's gone.
Everybody, bro. Yeah. I was hurt. And then they do the Marvel role. I was like, oh, word? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
All right. So after the Marvel, we cut directly to Iron Man. Mm-hmm. And what's her name?
Nebula.
Nebula. Yeah. I'm tripping.
It's a vital part of the movie.
Right. Listen, man, I'm bad with names. But they sitting just floating.
Yeah.
Just floating around, man. It's crazy.
They're down to the last bit. It's been probably a couple months.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
they just floating around, losing oxygen. Playing paper football.
Yeah.
And so Thor goes and does this message to Gwyneth Paltrow. Mm-hmm. And talks about how, they're running out of oxygen, they're running out of food, they have one more day of oxygen left, and if anything, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And don't post this to social because it's real tear-jerking stuff.
It's real stuff.
Yeah. So he lays down, and Nebula, she got a heart now. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, seeing her grow from Guardians of the Galaxy 1 to where she is now, man.
Definitely.
She definitely has a heart. She picks up Tony, puts him in a chair, puts his head back for him and everything, and Tony looks sick, dog.
Oh, you could tell, even when, spoiler alert, when they got back to Earth.
Yeah.
He was maybe 110 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, yo.
Yeah, he was just bones.
Yeah, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't even go on that mission. But Captain Marvel comes and saves him. Brings him back. My girl, Captain Marvel. Mm-hmm. And so they make it back to Earth, and Tony's going off on Captain America. Yeah. Going off. He angry. You weren't there. You should have been there. Da-da-da-da. So, eventually.
Civil War all the way built up.
Right.
Because you got to remember, guys, they ain't seen each other since then.
Right. So, they are, basically, Captain Marvel's bruh, I don't want to choke you out. Captain America's bruh, I don't want to choke you out.
Yeah.
But, so, Tony passes out.
Yeah.
clearly, because he hasn't eaten a full meal, and they sedate him. And Captain Marvel, she knows how powerful she is, so she's like, "Look, let's go find him and kill him. Let's go find Thanos and kill him."
Definitely.
And Nebula obviously knew where her father might have been, so they reached the planet.
Then they beat up a stroke victim.
He's like, "I was inevitable."
So sad.
Right? Yeah, it was
so sad.
But
don't beat up stroke victims.
Don't beat up stroke victims, man. Don't do it. They can't even defend themselves. But he was inevitable. Yeah. So Thor chops his head off, man. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, bruh. And I didn't know how to feel because I was like, yes, retribution. But then I was like, nah, like, he's clearly not the same Thanos.
Yeah, you're not getting nothing out of that kill.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he went for the head, but...
Yeah.
Basically, like, for that gave me the sense of, man... Because, I mean, even when you cut to the next scene where it says 5 years later.
5 years later.
5 years later. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. You can get all the revenge you want, but it's not going to end it. No, like, you're still going to go through all the turmoil and internal pain and everything like that.
Yeah.
He got his revenge.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to start off with the second act?
Sure, I guess so.
Year of the Rat, where we got Shredder and Splinter fighting.
And you take it. That alone just made me just feel a certain way. I was like, I forgot about that.
Why in the world was Splinter in Ant-Man's van, bro?
It's kind of bad when that's all that got him out. He's been there for 5 years.
5 years.
A rat
got
him out.
A big rat that looked like a possum.
Yeah.
First of all, how'd they get a New York rat in San Francisco?
Believe me, I thought San Francisco was clean.
Nah, they not. Yeah. Nah, bruh.
They make it look good.
They do make it look good in the pictures. But
like New York is dirty.
If you ever been there,
nah.
No
offense to New
York.
No
offense. Or Frisco. Or Frisco. None of them. We love all of y'all. But so this big Frisco rat pressed all the buttons randomly somehow and was able to get Ant-Man out. It's a big plot hole. We're not going to get into that. Yeah, I don't understand it. But hey, Ant-Man is out.
Repossession still happen when half the world's gone. So
that part.
Yeah.
And who was the security guard?
Yeah, Mr. Ken Jeong.
Mr. Ken Jeong.
Yeah.
Ken Jeong was the security guard.
North Carolina representative.
And I was so happy to see him. I was like, hey, it's that guy.
Did he have a speaking role?
Nah. He just stood there and put his hand on his hips like he was,
How do you do that?
Right.
That was it, guys.
Right. Next scene, Ant-Man is going around, looking around the neighborhood, asks this random kid, like, what happened? Yeah. The kid looked like he had just stole the bike, so he wasn't about to talk to him. So what do you think about the next scene?
I thought it was a great scene to see his daughter fully grown up.
Yeah.
Because, she was probably like 11 or 12 in the last Ant-Man, so seeing her grown up has been 5 years is a good thing, and in the long run, if it goes towards anything, it'll be a good way for Young Avengers.
Yeah, for sure.
So I would support it.
Yeah, me too, man. And so what was the next scene after that was of importance, man?
I don't really count the Captain America group talk thing as important.
Yeah, that's not really important. Yeah. That group talk
offense.
with
it was deep.
Yeah, like Captain America telling everybody to move on, but he ain't moved on.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I still love Peggy, even though I kiss my great grandniece.
You know what? Agreed, right? He's a weird dude.
We love him, but
he weird, yo.
We kiss nieces?
Nah, bro.
I don't care.
We don't get down like that, dog.
It's not cool. Probably some of y'all are just like, when did he do that? Go watch Civil War again.
Yeah.
That's his niece.
That's his great niece.
Great niece. She kissing grandpa, y'all.
Right.
All love and passion.
That's nasty with a G.
But continue on with the story.
So, man, Black Widow was sad in this movie, bro.
Oh, yeah. You felt every bit of her pain for everything. Yeah. Not because she lost people. She lost friends. She lost co-workers. And she doesn't have a family at all. So she's feeling every angle that you could feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Her family are the Avengers, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all she got. So, quick spoiler thing that I want to talk about. Okoye, right? Okoye was in the little monitor thing talking to Black Widow about a tremor in the ocean underneath Wakanda. And Black Widow was like, so what are you going to do about that? Okoye was like, how do you handle, anomalies like that? You don't handle it.
Yeah.
But, bruh, I'm thinking they talking about Namor, bro.
I can see it, but to me, you're going to have to make people really care about Namor because we all just saw Aquaman.
Yeah.
Aquaman made a lot of people more hype on DC movies, even though a lot of people say DC is horrible. A lot of people
DC
saw
is
Aquaman.
awesome, bro.
A lot of people saw Aquaman. A lot of people saw Shazam. So bringing in Namor is gonna be a tricky handle. I don't know if he should get his own movie.
Yeah. Speaking of, DC is awesome. The DCEU has had its issues.
Yeah.
But DC is awesome.
I still love Batman v Superman.
Extended version.
Yes, that's the only way you can.
Extended.
If you ain't got the little African lady coming in with a Brooklyn accent, you watching the wrong movie. That's the movie you need.
That theatrical cut was horrible.
Yes.
But anyway.
We like movies, y'all. I'm sorry.
Back off the tangent. Our homie Ronan, man. Ronan came in with the Dominican cut out here slicing and dicing people, man. Like, and I was like, okay, so I remember him being good with hand-to-hand combat, but that dude went crazy.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah,
I low-key got a little disappointed by the guy he was beating because I really love that actor, and I was low-key hoping he would have been the Mandarin.
Man, I was hoping that too.
Yeah, like if they would have said that's the real Mandarin, would have won me even more over.
Yeah.
But he's just some Yakuza guy.
Right.
Yeah, and he's dead.
They just use him as a throwaway character, which is weird.
Yeah, just like in the Force Awakens where they had the guys from the raid in it.
Yeah.
Get killed by that monster.
Let's not talk Star Wars.
I'm not.
That could be.
We could go weeks on Star
Wars. We could go.
We're not talking. Back to Avengers.
Back to Avengers. So Black Widow finds him, right? Killing the Yakuza guy we were just talking about.
Yeah.
And grabs him by the hand and, Ronan's like, don't give me hope. And she's like, I wish I had given it to you long ago. And I was like, that sounds weird, but okay.
Yeah. It kind of seemed like a relationship thing.
Yeah.
I mean, but we already know she can't have kids, so.
Right. And they've been like best friends.
Yeah.
Pretty platonic.
Yeah.
Or so they say.
So,
Yeah.
It's
but,
all good.
Yeah. On to the next.
Yeah. After all that, we get to see his favorite character make the biggest change of all people.
Yeah.
Mr. Hulk and Mr. Thor made great changes. Hulk, Bruce Banner combined him and Hulk together to be Professor Hulk, so you're just going to see the Hulk walk around, talk like a regular person, wear clothes, glasses. So it's a little bit of culture shock. I wish we could have saw more into that.
Yeah.
Maybe a super extended version will come out and we'll see more into it. Because just talking about it kind of just wrote it off, which I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And speaking of his boy Thor, he goes through the biggest transformation of anybody. He is very depressed. He grew his hair, beard out. He uses Stormbreaker to open beer. He's fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Big Thor Lebowski. He's God of Thunder, and Cheese Whiz is going through his blood at this point in time.
Like, he only cares about playing Overwatch, hanging out, drinking beer, and
Fortnite.
Yeah. And don't mention Thanos' name because it's basically Voldemort in his weird hut of a house.
Yeah.
In Norway.
Yeah. It's really weird.
But they bring back a lot of people. Tessa Thompson's character, Valkyrie's back. Oh, Korg is back if you liked him and Meek. So, a lot of people are back.
I really like Korg.
Oh, yeah, everybody loves Korg. You can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong with Korg. Are we missing something in that second act now?
No, it's just the whole time travel.
Yeah. They did the time heist.
Which is cool. It's a lot going into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's like a 40-minute conversation on its own, to tell you the truth.
I just want to point out a few things. Me and the Hulk have a lot in common. Back in the day, we got glasses. We both super smart and don't anger easily. But when we do, Hulk smash. And we also don't like stairs.
Watch the movie, you'll just watch the movie, you'll
I don't like stairs, bro. I really don't. I got two enemies in this world: stairs and trees.
Well, I know you hate my apartment complex all the time.
Yeah. Going all the way up to the third. I go up there because I like it. So
3 floors, baby.
3 floors. So it's a lot. It's a lot of stairs.
But with all the time heist stuff going on, you still have the subplot of them going back to 2014, where they're trying to get one of the stones. Because in this time heist, they're trying to go back, get all the stones so they can reverse the Thanos snap and everything. Mm-hmm. While that's going on, you still have Nebula in 2014 trying to get the stones herself, which means Thanos is trying to get the stones. And since you have 2 Nebulas in the same time frame, they're both transmitting messages to one another.
Yeah, it's like they're on the same Wi-Fi plan.
Basically, yeah.
What do you call the cloud in the internet? You call that what do you call the cloud in the galaxy? The universe?
I don't know. I don't use it. So I get my info stolen.
Yeah. Basically, Nebula, 2014 Nebula gets back to the ship with her father Thanos at the time. And like a projector comes out all like Princess Leia style out of her eye. And, shows War Machine, who Nebula is at the time, current present day Nebula, is talking to War Machine about getting the Power Stone and waiting on Quill to get there. In order to steal his stuff so he can steal the Power Stone.
Yep.
And, boy, if they don't come after Nebula, man.
Yeah, it's going to make you feel a certain kind of way. If you already weren't a fan of Nebula, you're going to become one by the end because you're going to see every form of her, where she was in the past, where she is now, how the changes interact and everything.
She's like the tragic hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is... Without a doubt, she's actually like the second or third most important character in this movie.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, because she really went from like a B character to like one of the main characters.
Yeah, because like before Guardians 2, she was basically what you thought of Ronan. Mm-hmm. They were just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like that in the comics, though.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Nebula was about that life.
Yeah, she was on some whole other stuff.
Yeah.
Read a book. You might learn new stuff.
Read our book. So what else is cool? We need to talk about the Ancient One. Talking with that conversation between her and the Hulk after she punched the Hulk out of the Hulk.
Yeah.
Listen, the Ancient One punched Bruce Banner out of the Hulk body in order to have a discussion about the Time Stone. And this is where you kind of get more context as to how time works in the Marvel Universe. And they do a lot of, they do talk about a lot of different movies and the way that the time works there. It doesn't work like Back to the Future, Quantum Leap, Hot Tub Time Machine, none of that. It works like no matter how much you destroy whatever's going on in the past, the present doesn't change. You can't change the present with changing things in the past, which means you can't go back and kill baby Thanos and expect for the snap to never have happened.
Right.
That would just create a different time.
Yeah.
Like an alternate timeline that wouldn't affect their present.
Right.
So, it was more like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, it was a lot more like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
That mixed with a little bit of Flashpoint.
Yeah. But we don't want to compare things to Dragon Ball Z.
True. Yeah. So it's its own thing.
It's its own thing.
There you go.
So after that conversation and the Hulk saying, okay, well, I don't understand the reason why Doctor Strange would give the Time Stone willingly to Thanos.
Yeah.
That changed the Ancient One's whole face. Her whole demeanor changed. You want to talk more about that?
Yeah, because fully she was going in like, Doctor Strange is the best of us. He's the one that I knew, even though this is 5 years in the past, I knew 5 years that he's going to be the best of all of us. And if he's willing to give that thing away, there's something I did wrong.
Yep.
So it could be going into wherever she feels she trained him wrong, or if she felt like she did some bad stuff in the past. I mean, you can rewatch Doctor Strange and you can see her do some stuff that you would question, like, why are you doing
questionable
that?
stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, it says a lot and she gives it to him.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was a good scene that kind of didn't get as much importance as it should have.
Yeah, I think because if you went to the bathroom break on that scene, you would have missed all the importance. You would have so many more questions than answers. So that one particular scene was so important to the whole movie.
I agree.
They didn't get the Tesseract.
Yeah, the Tesseract's a big one. They didn't get.
Yeah, they didn't get the Tesseract because we're not going to get into all of that. Basically, it's a long, yeah. So we're not going to get into all that.
Watch a lot of callbacks. A lot of people pop up that you hadn't seen in a while, but
yeah,
it was a lot.
Can I say Hell Hydra? Okay.
Hell Hydra.
So they get the Milestone, they get the Time Stone, they don't get the Tesseract. So they have to go back even further in time to not only go get the Tesseract, but more Pym particles.
Yep.
So they go back. They're successful in that. I'm gonna make a very long story short. Tony meets up with his dad and Jarvis.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It was very, very awesome scene that is worthy of watching 2 or 3 times.
Yep. So I'm gonna give you once they get back, because we haven't even talked about Black Widow.
Yeah. We ain't talked about Cap seeing his lady love.
We'll get into that later.
His woman's work.
But talk about Black Widow, man.
Okay. So for anybody that saw Infinity War, which I hope you did, because why are you watching this? They went to the planet to go get the Soul Stone, her and Hawkeye. So, as you all know,
bless you.
Bless me. You have to give a soul to get the Soul Stone. Mm-hmm. So you have Hawkeye and her fighting for killing themselves.
Bless you again.
Edit that
out. Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, so they're both fighting each other, trying to get to see who's going to sacrifice themselves, because both of them want to do it. Mm-hmm. But, overall, they're both trying to save one from another from doing it, because they're just like, you lost your family, you don't need to do it.
Right.
Other one's like, I don't have a family.
Right.
You don't need to do it.
Yeah.
So it goes on, and then Black Widow outsmartingly gets Hawkeye, and she's like, I'm pushing off of you, so I'm dying.
Right. You
go love your family.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful sacrifice. Overall, it's one of the best things you could do. Mm-hmm. But in Hawkeye's world, he legit had the worst movie ever.
Yeah.
And you still had another hour and a half to go.
Right. And ScarJo, I cried over you.
I didn't think red hair going into blonde was beautiful, but you made that look beautiful. So,
you made it look good.
Yeah. Whoever thought of that idea, I applaud you. Right. It made her even more prettier than she actually is. I was like, wow.
But anyway.
Yeah. We didn't.
That was random. That was very random. Random is random. Okay, so everybody gets back. Clearly, the Hulk, because the Hulk and Black Widow had a past thing, and Hulk was super upset about it. Long story short, they end up putting all the stones into one of the gloves that Iron Man had created.
Yep, it expands everything. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool tech, but it was not a glove. It wasn't one of the gloves, so it just wasn't going to work out.
Yeah, you weren't going to be okay after you used it.
Right. So Thor wanted to do it, but his body wouldn't have held up to it at the time. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was out of shape. He was overweight. Yeah. It just wouldn't have worked.
It wasn't emotionally stable at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So the Hulk did the snap to bring everybody back. But in the interim, messed up his whole arm.
Yeah, he's one arm Hulk, basically, because he couldn't do nothing.
Basically.
Yeah.
So all during that time, Nebula from the past had switched places with Nebula from the present and brought Thanos from 2014 and his armies to the present day.
Yeah.
And that's when we switch over to the third, and we're going to talk about. You can go ahead and have the. you can talk about that, my guy.
Okay. Yeah. The third final huge act. If you're a comic book fan or you're just a fan of action,
nerdgasm.
This is the most you'll ever get, and you'll just be like, I don't think I'll ever see anything in comparison.
No.
Which is going to be tough to do that. Mm-hmm. No matter what franchise you are, it's going to be tough to touch that. Because, I mean, hell, you could be the Terminator franchise and you can't touch that.
Right. Nope.
So, you basically have Thanos doing the most boss thing you could ever see. Sitting and waiting for somebody to bring the stones to him. Because he's like, I don't have to do anything. Mm-hmm. I can just wait. So you have all the stuff going on. They blew up the Avengers Tower like to bits. Like, it's not one of those things where, like in the most explosion movies, they just knock one building down. They destroyed the ground, everything up under it.
Yep.
It was awesome. So you got Thor, Cap, and Iron Man all fighting Thanos as best as they can. In a cool move, you see the man Captain America able to wield Thor's hammer, which was very awesome to see.
Yeah.
Which I still have a lot of people that question me, like, why was he able to do it? One, Captain America's pure of heart.
Yeah.
And the only thing that not many people remember is the only thing that was on his heart outside of his love for his lady was Bucky killed Iron Man's parents.
Yep.
That was all that was holding him back.
Yep.
Once it out of the way, he's worthy. Mm-hmm. The fight scene for that was amazing. Thanos was fighting like he was an MMA fighter and Shredder all mixed together. And then breaks the shield of Captain America. His army comes out. It's probably the biggest army I've seen on a movie screen since Sauron's army.
Lord of the Rings. That's exactly what I was about to say.
And like, it's intimidating whether you watch it on IMAX, regular screen. You're intimidated for Captain America.
Yeah.
But as Captain America is the boss that he is, he stood up, ready to fight, all by himself. Mm-hmm. Until what happens?
Hey, Cap, look to your left. You look to your left, man. There's a Doctor Strange portal, one of the magical portals. Mm-hmm. You see Black Panther, his sister Shuri, and the Dora Milaje as well as Falcon come through one portal. Then all these other portals start opening up. Yeah. My dude, the emotion I had when I saw Doctor Strange and everybody pop through, but then Spider-Man popped through.
Oh, yeah.
Bruh. Cried again.
If you don't have goosebumps during that scene, you're soulless.
Yeah, man. Like, God, yo. I was dying. So I got a question. How in the world did all the humans that were in the explosion survive? Like the ones without powers or anything. How did they survive?
I don't know. I'm thinking they just woke up.
Yeah.
Because you heard Spider-Man say, I just woke up after I turned to dust, and we were just wondering where you were.
No, I'm talking about the explosion that started the third act.
Oh, the ones just working in Avengers.
Yeah.
Avengers headquarters.
How did they survive?
Oh, they died.
They died. So, anyway, so battle's on, right?
Yeah.
So you got all these people coming through. Next thing you know, Thor comes through again, beating down Thor again. But the part that I want to really talk about is Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah.
This chick is, and I've always known she was really powerful from the comic books. I mean, obviously she's an X-Men.
Yeah.
But you can't say. Well, you can say that now. We can say that now.
We got the rights. We
got
that.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna redo that. They're gonna have to redo that, or at least give her more backstory.
They'll probably bring in somebody to be her Magneto, be her dad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's getting a TV series, so they got enough ways to spin off on it.
You're right.
Yeah.
But dude, is ripping Thanos to shreds.
Same.
Like Thanos screamed out, like, "Hey, rain down fire, rain down fire!" And his henchman was like, "Oh man, what about the rest of the troops? I don't care, rain down fire." He didn't care about killing his whole army because he was about to be ripped apart. So if it wasn't for the blowback from the rain down,
oh yeah,
like she would have killed him.
Yeah.
But our favorite our favorite Captain Marvel came through with the haircut,
and we're gonna let you know Captain Marvel's in this movie maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I know some of y'all might be like, I didn't like her movie or I didn't see that movie. You honestly don't need to see it because they just show you, hey, she's got alien blood. Mm-hmm. She's strong.
Yep.
That's all you need to know.
Even though the movie was actually entertaining,
it was
pretty good.
No,
I'm just not a but she came through with the let me speak to your manager haircut and destroy.
I got mixed baby's haircut.
Right.
I'm sorry, mixed people that have mixed hair. I'm sorry. It's just funny.
You gotta stop saying problematic things. Destroyed the ship, man.
It was awesome.
It was awesome, man. Went through and took the gauntlet from Spider-Man because Spider-Man was having trouble fending off everybody. Took it from him. Was trying to go towards the van with the time machine in it, and got blown back by Thanos.
Yeah.
Right. So the gauntlet landed near Thanos' feet. So Thanos picked it up. Captain Marvel came through, was beating him down really good.
Yeah.
And he was really surprised by it. Took a full-blown headbutt from him or whatever and just stood there and smirked at him, right? Mm-hmm. So he took the Power Stone out of the gauntlet, charged up, and punched her right in the face. You ain't see Captain Marvel no more.
Legit coolest thing I ever
I was like, what in the world?
That move told me let him get the snap again.
Right.
I was like, that was too cool.
Then you see Doctor Strange holding the dam together because the dam broke.
Yeah.
And pointed towards Tony and was like, and here comes the saddest part. You talked about that,
yeah.
man.
So,
I can't even deal.
So, I've seen this 4 times and it still gets you. So, Tony runs up to Thanos, grabbing at his hand, basically trying to take the gauntlet off, like they did in the last movie. Mm-hmm. Thanos pimp slaps him, lets him know, I am inevitable. Nothing happens. Since Iron Man has the nanotechnology, he transferred all the stones over just to his hand. Mm-hmm. He lets him know, I am Iron Man. Snaps. Kills all of Thanos' people and Thanos himself.
Yeah.
I was sad that Thanos got killed because he literally is one of my favorite villains of all time right now. In his short movie frame, he's legit been one of the best villains I've seen.
He has, yeah.
He passed away, and basically, guys, you gotta remember one thing. Iron Man just wears an iron suit. He doesn't have any powers.
Right.
He took all the blunt of that. Iron Man's dead. Like, when you see him, he's in the death throes. Like, he's barely keeping his eyes focused on anything.
Yeah.
He's good enough just to see Pepper in his face. Like, multiple people come up to him trying to talk to him. He doesn't see him because he's almost gone.
And when I say, the first time I went and saw it in IMAX 3D. And for the rest of that movie, I don't think I saw anything else. Because my eyes were so watery. Like, it was crazy. Like, I saw things, but I didn't see it because it was just like, yeah. I had grown accustomed to seeing him as Iron Man on the big screen. And he's been in my life longer than some people on Instagram. So,
yeah.
So, cut to his funeral, man. It's crazy they didn't have like a funeral scene for Black Widow. They should have.
On another planet. What we gonna look over? Oh man, this is her little nightstick. Oh man, this is so sad.
We needed to memorialize her nightstick.
Shut up. But yeah, Iron Man has a daughter. We forgot to mention that.
Yeah, her name is Morgan.
Yeah.
She's the cutest little girl. And she loves us 3,000. She loves him 3,000. But so funeral happens. We're going to skip past the funeral. You can watch the movie.
Oh, it's too emotional for me.
Too emotional.
They bring back a lot of people that you haven't seen in a long time in the same place together.
Including Iron Man 3 little boy.
Yeah, but you're just like,
It's random.
Only part I got a little mad at about that whole funeral was that I got Thunderbolt Ross in the back and he's not trying to beat up the Hulk or kill the Hulk.
Yeah.
I was like...
That's weird.
Yeah, I was like, that's the only thing that didn't fit with me.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm one of the weird people that see stuff like that. But I was like, he's not going to try to get Hulk. He's been doing it since the beginning of time.
Right.
You know, back to that.
So we fast forward to Captain America getting ready to go time travel again in order to put all of the stones back in their respective places. Back to 1970. Well, what did I miss? What part of it?
As Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I did forget that part.
Yeah.
Big Thor Lebowski did not feel legitimate enough to run the kingdom, which he was not, because at the time he was depressed, anxious, fat, overweight, unable to lead, basically. Mm-hmm. And he passes over the torch to Valkyrie. Yep. Her Majesty, as we call her.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And he moves on to get on the ship with Rocket Raccoon and the rest of the fam, and has this funny argument with Peter Quill because he's touching the map and he shouldn't be touching the map because he doesn't run Quill's ship.
Yeah. You're all going to be more excited for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 than you ever will be.
Oh my God. The Asgardians of the Galaxy.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome. I was really looking forward to seeing a fight to the death with knives between Quill and Big Thor Lebowski. It would have been the most hilarious thing ever.
Oh, man.
So, as I was saying before... Fast forward to Captain America getting ready to go on the time jump